Unlike you, I truly am impure. Disagree all you want, but my touch kills. I'm a strange, incomprehensible, irrational creature. A beast,
No!
if you will. If you truly want it that much, you can have it, but I'll make certain your suffering outweighs despair that comes after a moment of happiness.
You got cut off.
Yeah, I stopped because I started yawning.
Oh.
It is far more agonizing than despair alone. I presume that is why the witch decided to grant people's wishes.
That is one way to look at it. May I ask you something?
Go on.
When I first arrived here, you told me that a cursed witch used to live in this mansion. After reading this legend, I'm now finding it hard to believe you made that up simply to scare me away.
I appropriated the title, nothing more. It is said the witch was born in this house.
What?
Quite the place my family found for me. But it was a clever decision putting me here, I think. Not many people are likely to come near a house with such a pedigree.
But... No, never mind. That makes sense.
I suspect I know what she was going to say then. If the witch is said to grant wishes, then wouldn't that also attract people who so desperately want something? They do not care what price they must pay. And perhaps she was correct. Perhaps there had been those who had come to the mansion chasing after the legend. And perhaps they had encountered Michelle, touched him, and lost their life. On the day in the garden, he had said, "Many things are buried here." Perhaps that included such visitors.
I wonder if that story might be more than mere superstition.
If the witch of legend really did exist, what would you do? What if he's the witch?
It's possible. I mean, I wouldn't really doubt it. It's also possible that the witch in that tale is Morgana.
Oh, yeah.
It might be nice to talk to her, maybe.
That's all. Really.
I feel a little bad for her, though. The only people who ever visit her are there to ask for something, after all. I can only imagine how lonely that must be.
I swear, I cannot comprehend the way your mind works.
Sorry.
Although, if we assume the legend is true, I have an idea what climb for the heavens might mean.
Oh?
The mansion has an observation tower. Or I suppose, what used to be an observation tower. At any rate, it is quite a tall structure. This is the house where the witch was supposedly born. The tower reaching for the heavens seems like the perfect place to find her, if she really is.
Oh, yes. I remember seeing a rather tall structure as I first approached the mansion.
Would you like to see it?
Of course. Please, lead the way.
The two of them left the library and made their way to the room with the stained glass window. At the far end of the room were the stairs to the observation tower. The tale of the witch had piqued the white-haired girl's interest, inspiring her to put herself forward to satisfy that curiosity. She had, after all, been accused of being a witch herself, so she undoubtedly felt an affinity to the legend. What a sweet girl she was. With Michelle in the lead, the two climbed a long spiral staircase. There were many more stairs than the white-haired girl had anticipated, and she soon found herself. Rectangular windows were carved out of the stone in regular intervals. Peering through one of them, she could see a village in the distance. A pleasantly cool, high-altitude breeze brushed across her face. After much climbing, they finally arrived at the top, where a door made of partially rotted wood stood. Michelle pulled open the door, revealing a small room with no windows or doors in sight.
This is the top of the tower.
Despite it being called an observation tower, you could hardly observe anything from there. Her face contorted in confusion, the white-haired girl threw her gaze about the room. Glancing up, she saw only a darkened ceiling. And, slightly below it, a single small window through which shone a little ray of light. The beam cleaved through the darkness like the sharpened blade of a beautiful sword. The darkness draped over the rest of the room only served to make more impressive that solitary ray of light. It had a magical, fairy tale quality to it. As if being pulled in by it, she drew toward the light. I suspect there was once a large window in this room. If you look closely, you can see the seams in the stone of the wall. The color of the stone differs slightly from on either side of the seam. I presume something caused them to steal off the window after it was built. Though I don't know what that something might be. Whoa.
Okay. So this is the first image we get of her, so it does look like her.
When Michelle's eyes fell upon the white-haired girl wrapped in that beam of light, he sputtered to a stop. The man who never flinched at anything, who had long since distanced himself from such stirrings of the heart, was utterly bewildered. He had never seen her illuminated so vividly before, and he was having a great deal of trouble finding. Sorry, I had to sneeze.
It's okay.
For someone who had been chased out of her home and accused of being a witch, the white-haired girl looked less like a practitioner of the dark arts, and more like one of the host of heaven.
It really is Binks.
Michelle undoubtedly felt the same way, for his gaze was affixed firmly upon her.
Aww.
This is the first time we've seen her smile like this, right?
No, we saw a couple instances of her smiling in the other chapters. I mean,
That is cute, though.
yeah. Dazzling, isn't it? Like a staircase leading to heaven.
Yes, perhaps so.
Is something the matter?
No, I'm fine.
You know, it feels like there's something odd in the air here. It feels like someone actually might be listening.
If the witch were to speak to you, what would you say to her?
I would ask her to tell me her true feelings, to tell me what kind of person she was, and what kind of pain she had to endure. I just want to know what she felt. This woman people branded a witch.
The legend was written from a neutral perspective. It's possible she was a fearsome witch. It's also possible she wasn't.
I get the feeling she was just persecuted, like me. Like me and you.
Unlike you, I truly am impure. Disagree all you want, but my touch kills. I'm a strange, incomprehensible, irrational creature. A beast,
No!
if you will. Or maybe I'm not even a living being, and that's why when I touch something that is, I bring them death.
If only I actually were a witch. If only I actually had some kind of extraordinary power, regardless of whether it came from God or the devil. Then I would be able to grant people's wishes.
My wish need not be granted.
But it's what I want too. I wish to be able to touch you. I would be perfectly content with nothing changing, with us never being able to touch one another. I would be more than happy with that. But I'm allowed to dream, aren't I? It doesn't have to be in this life. I pray the day will come that we can get closer, even if it has to happen in another life. Oh, girl. Oh, girl.
Mm.
Oh, girl.
Happiness is very much a stranger to me, but am I allowed to dream too? This is like, it's so weird because it's so animated.
Yeah. Like, it's definitely the most animation we've seen, and I guess they're just trying to convey how much she's feeling at the moment.
Yeah.
You are.
I will never touch you, I swear it. But I would like to dream about it. I would like to imagine placing my hand upon your cheek.
You can. Reach your hand out for me. No. 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 I don't want to click.
Click.
Oh. I will imagine it too.
Oh, I think they mean put your hand near my face, but don't actually touch me.
Yeah, okay. I am imagining your fingers running through my hair, brushing up against my skin. I can feel your warmth. Oh, those things always creeped me out so much.
There was a wall between them, a wall they could not cross. Oh, wow.
What?
Wait a second. Go down?
Whoa, 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 wait, okay. This wasn't in... We might... Oh boy. Oh
Who are you?
boy.
Go on, what's the matter?
Alright. Okay, so this seems... A bit of an aside, I'd like to share with you a little fact of my life, my dear. Humans have a far greater capability to hurt, betray, and forsake others than they do to love, trust, and protect them. And that's precisely what the majority of people do. Yes, I believe you know good and well that no matter how much you may trust someone, they're still going to abandon you in the end. Oh,
And then at some point, I saw Giselle.
my dear friend, the two of us have much more in common with each other than anyone else. We both suffered at others' hands, and we both deserve to have our vengeance. She talking about to the white-haired girl or Michelle? Go on, what's the matter? Make this tale into your reality. Surrender yourself in this moment to this beautiful story, and remain here in this mansion with Giselle. Okay, she's talking to Michelle. Watch in this moment, this dream. Who are you? Well, that's a surprise. You actually have a conscious mind. And are you aware of who you are?
Is she talking to the master?
I don't know. You know nothing. Who are you? Someone you once spent a great deal of time with. I must say I'm impressed that you made it back here, my dear. Your soul was ground into dust. It will all come back to you eventually, and then I'll be there with you again, my dear, whispering into your ear for centuries to come. And this time I will not fail. I'll mold your soul into the same shape as mine. Pauline?
Huh. No, but she definitely died.
Yeah.
Well, but, I mean, you never
There
know.
are reincarnation. There's reincarnation
Yeah.
shit going on. What a wonderful little show these puppets are putting on for us, wouldn't you say? Giselle? Giselle? Indeed, that is Giselle. The white-haired girl standing there is Giselle. We once read a book together. It was by the fireplace. You did not. Those memories are false. So yeah, there are two people talking. Books belong in the library. Why would they be by the fireplace? Curse them, slaughter them, revile them, inflict eternal suffering on their souls. Take revenge on the fools who laughed as we agonized. Oof.
What the hell?
Thanks for giving us that tip, Warm.
Did she become a demon? Or did she become a beast?
Your voice crackled there, Konetsu. What happened?
A beast. There was a wall between them, a wall they could not cross. For if they did, it would mean the white-haired girl's death. I mean, you never know if you don't try.
I don't think that's something you want to try, because there's no going back if it turns out, oh yeah, it does work on her.
No matter how much they yearned for it, they could not touch one another, so they did so within the confines of their imagination. Headcanons are strong things, man. Envisioning it in as much detail as they could manage. It was sad but sweet, a moment of pristine, untamed beauty. The two of them emanated serenity. As fitting as the word cursed might have been to the mansion as a whole. At the top of the observation tower, a pure bond was being shared. A fleeting moment between a young man with a cursed touch and a kind-hearted, beautiful. The dream did not last long, no, for God is quite cruel. They simply wanted to be together, that was all. Their wish was hardly unreasonable. Only a quiet, peaceful life together. But misfortune was creeping ever nearer, its footsteps growing more and more pronounced.
Hmm. Is someone at the door?
The flow of time was hazy within the mansion's wall. They had little way of telling whether it was night or day, preventing them from knowing exactly how much time had passed.
Hmm.
The white-haired girl had made a habit of climbing the observation tower every so often to see whether the sun was up, which allowed her to approximate the time of. Consequently, when she heard the knock on the door, she was not aware of just how deep the night was outside. That forest and beast alike lay quietly at rest.
Oh, right. The stores in the cellar are almost exhausted. It must be this month's delivery.
Not thinking it was worth bothering Michelle over, she made her way out of her chambers and headed for the entrance. There had only been a single knock, leading her to conclude that, as before, the servant had simply left the box outside the door. What's actually out there? So without a second thought, she opened the door. And there she saw a strange, vagrant man standing in the moonlight. His clothes were tattered, his bearded face bony and emaciated. She gasped, shrinking back several paces, but not closing the door. Oh, never mind. The heavy door began to swing shut, but the man forced it open, glaring down at her with unfocused eyes and mumbling.
I, the witch that'll grant people's wishes.
It was in that moment that the white-haired girl realized she had been careless. The man had sought out the mansion because he believed the legend of the witch. And he did not seem particularly right of mind either. Perhaps a result of wandering through the forest for several days, or perhaps it was because he was so beaten down that he thought to ask for a witch's help. In a word, he seemed mad.
No. There is no witch here. Sure there is. Don't ye lie to me. I can hear the witch's voice. She led me to this house. I promise you there isn't. Now please, be on your way. Have you any idea how long it took to find this place? How many days I've gone without food or water? And you're telling me to get lost? I don't know what you want from me. I'm happy to give you a little food, so please. Is there really no witch? There's no witch here. It's nothing but a legend. If she does exist, she doesn't live here. I see. Then that means you're just an ordinary person. Just a person. Just a girl. So there ain't a thing you can do. I hope this... No! Get away from me! What are you doing? Why waste time waiting for you to get me a little grub when I can just take it all? I'm starving here. I'm so hungry I could eat a human.
It's a beast!
You're about to commit a grievous sin. Are you not ashamed to act in defiance of God? God? If I believed in God, would I come begging to a witch? I don't fear him, and I sure as hell don't fear people. Who's gonna show up at the house in the middle of nowhere? Who's gonna call me out? Who's gonna stop me? No one, that's who. No one's gonna stop me, and no one's gonna offer me salvation. There's a thought, you woman, so before I kill ye.
What are you doing?
What? There's other people here.
The white-haired girl lay pinned to the floor beneath the yelling bandit, pleading for help with her ruby. As soon as Michel grasped the situation, he tossed his candlestick aside and leapt for the man. The candlestick gave a sharp clang when it hit the floor. The impact extinguished the flame, bringing the match into near-perfect darkness.
Oh boy. He might accidentally touch her.
Oh shit. Something glinted in the bandit's hand, and then, without hesitation, he
Michelle! How stupid must you be to come at me unarmed?
In his hand, the man held a knife, its tip dripping with Michelle's blood. Red spilled from the gash in his arm, the flow growing heavier with each passing moment.
You're the only other person here by the looks of it, eh? Perfect, I'll take you both out.
You
What?
don't appear to know whose house you tried to break into.
What are you on about?
Regret your ignorance to your very last breath.
You messed up in the head, you madman. Hey, stay the hell back. Take one more step in.
I inherited the witch's curse.
Let go!
Michel clutched the man's face in one hand. The man raised his knife to strike back, but
What's happening?
the strength drained from his fingers, the knife falling to the floor. The man writhed in Michel's grasp. Not grip.
My face! I can't breathe!
Leave this place immediately. Though you won't get far afflicted with my curse. Choke. Helpless to fight back, nay, helpless to even consider fighting back, the bandit fled from the mansion in terror. In his wake, only the white-haired girl and the bleeding Michel remained.
I just saw a man's life drained from him. His face withering away, sucked completely dry. I didn't doubt him, but dear God, that was
Hot.
hot.
That was quite disturbing for you, I'm sure.
Oh, right, that's the word I meant to use. No, not at all. It's my fault anyway, if I hadn't been so careless. Oh, your arm. We need to get that wrapped up.
Please do not touch me. You mustn't touch me. The wound is hardly fatal.
It's all my fault. I'm so sorry.
No, a degree of the blame falls on me for saying nothing. Next time someone comes to the door, let me know.
I'm sorry.
Please, you don't need to apologize. Well,
Yes?
for once, I'm actually proud of myself. Proud that I could use this terrible ability of mine to do something more than to protect someone I care about. So like I said, please don't apologize.
Alright. Thank you. Michelle,
Hmm.
I'm glad you're here. I care about you too.
Thank you. Had the flame of Michelle's candle not gone out when he threw it to the floor, he would have seen a heartfelt smile on the white-haired girl's face, and she would have seen a flush of red and an awkward smile on Michelle's normally blank face. He also might have seen a little glimmer on her cheek, where a few drops of his blood had landed. Oh no!
Oh, god damn it.
Plot twist, it doesn't kill her. Or it gives her the curse.
Mm.
But alas, they had no light, and I
Mm.
saw the whole thing and didn't say anything. Like always. The blood of the witch. Maybe she's a reincarnation of Morgana?
It's been a while since I've recorded this. I think I may have mentioned this already, but I am having a little trouble finding the initiative for this game. And it's not even that I dislike it, I don't think I've formed an opinion of it quite yet. But I think it's mainly three things. One, this is a solo Let's Play, and I'm a quiet person. I don't do a lot of talking. But just watching an LP with absolutely no talking, unless that's specifically what you're looking for, seems like it would be rather boring. And especially since I've done mostly LPing with other people, I've now gotten used to having someone to bounce off of. Two, I feel that this is a game that I would like, that I do like for the most part, but I kind of just want to concentrate on playing it, immersing myself in the world, and I can't really do that when I'm doing an LP.